friend of mine found out the girl he liked was dating another guy. Instead of competing, he did something most men wouldn't even consider. He helped the guy plan the dates. No jealousy, no pressure, just calm. 2 months later, she's in his bed telling him she couldn't stop thinking about him. The other guy disappeared. I'll show you the exact text he sent that changed everything. But if you don't understand the framework first, you'll misuse it. Because the moment you compete with another man for a woman, you've already lost. That's not theory, that's pattern. 3 men, same situation. One competes, one walks away, one stays relaxed and does what my friend did. Only one of them ends up with her, and it's not the one your instincts push you toward. Most men don't lose women because they're inferior. They lose them because their ego forces them to compete. Before I show you the steps, you need to see the trap.
I was coaching a guy. Good-looking, stable, checks all the boxes. He's been seeing a girl for a month when she casually mentions she's also dating another guy. On the surface, he handles it well, says he understands. Then his behavior changes. He starts doing more, better dates, more attention, more effort. And something shifts. Not immediately, subtly. The dynamic changes, the pressure increases, the polarity weakens. I'm not going to explain why yet, but I want you to notice something. The moment a man starts adjusting his behavior because another man exists, he's no longer acting from choice, he's reacting. And the second you're reacting, you've already given up leverage. Hold that thought, because step 1 only makes sense once you see what competition actually does to the dynamic.
Here's the part that sounds wrong the first time you hear it. The moment you find out there's another guy, you don't get jealous. You flip it. You make her feel like she's the one on the outside. Not by posturing, not by playing games. By acting like he's irrelevant. When she told Jake she was seeing someone else, he didn't tense up, didn't joke, didn't probe. He just said, "Oh yeah? What's his name?" She told him, and Jake goes, completely relaxed. He sounds like a solid guy, actually. No edge, no sarcasm. Then he did the move most men would never even think of. He said, "You should bring him out sometime. I'm having people over this weekend." Now pause here. I'm not going to explain why that works yet. Just notice what didn't happen. She didn't bring the guy. She showed up alone. And when Jake casually asked where he was, she gave a vague excuse. That tells you everything. The next day, she texts him, "That was weird, you inviting him. That was a test, right?" Jake goes, "No. If you're seeing him, he's probably fine." She pushes again. "Be honest, you were trying to make me uncomfortable." And Jake shuts it down with one line. "I don't care enough to compete." This is where the shift happens. She goes from casually mentioning another guy to accusing Jake of mind games because his behavior didn't fit any category she understood. Over the next week, Jake does something subtle. Every few days, he asks about the guy. Calm, neutral. "How are things with Mark? Good? Just good?" And suddenly she's explaining, justifying, downplaying. Notice the reversal. She's not selling herself to Mark. She's selling Mark to Jake. I'm still not explaining why this works, but pay attention to this. She's dating one guy, but she's emotionally processing those dates with the other. That's not accidental. If you try this, a few rules matter. 1. Your tone has to be clean, curious, no bitterness. Any edge kills it. 2. Don't overdo it. Once every few days, that's it. 3. Never trash the other guy, neutral or positive only. Most men can't do this, not because it's complicated, but because their ego won't allow them to look unthreatened. They think friendliness is weakness. It's not. Being unthreatened is. And being unbothered is just step 1. Because next, I'll show you how to quietly collapse his value without ever saying a bad word about him. Step 2 is you're going to subtly, and I mean subtly, position the other guy as low value. Not by talking trash, not by competing with him, but by being completely unbothered by his existence. She brings him up. "So I went to this restaurant with this guy I'm seeing." Most men screw this up in 3 predictable ways. They go quiet, they start probing, or they try to one-up him. All 3 say the same thing. "I'm threatened." Here's what you say. "Oh, nice. How was it?" That's it. You're treating it like she went to lunch with a coworker. No emotion, no reaction, just casual interest. Now she's going to respond to that, and her response is going to tell you everything about where you stand.
I'll break down the pattern in a second, but first you gotta understand what's happening psychologically. When you're completely unbothered by the other guy, you're communicating, he's not competition to me. I'm not even slightly worried about losing you to him. And that confidence, real or fake, doesn't matter, makes her start questioning her own choices. See, she brings him up expecting a reaction. She wants to see if you're jealous, if you care, if you're gonna fight for her. When you give her nothing, she starts thinking, why isn't he worried? Is this other guy not as great as I thought? Does he see something I don't? Remember Jake from the beginning, the guy who helped plan the other dude's dates? Here's what he actually did. She'd text him, this guy wants to take me to this Italian place. Have you been there? Jake would go, yeah, it's solid. You like it. She'd ask, does it bother you that I'm going on a date with him? Why would it? You're allowed to date whoever you want. She'd push, so you don't care? And here's the key line. I mean, I think you can do better, but it's your call. See what he did? He didn't say, I'm better than him. He said, you can do better. He positioned himself as someone evaluating her choices, not competing in them. He's the judge, not the contestant. And here's what women don't want to admit. They need validation from high-value men. When a guy they perceive as high value seems unimpressed with their choices, they start second-guessing everything. So when she brings up the other guy, you're going to use lines like, cool, he seems nice, implies nice is boring. If you're into that, go for it, implies you wouldn't be into it. Hey, whatever makes you happy, implies you're indifferent. He sounds like a good guy, emphasis on good guy equals friend zone energy. Every response is neutral but carries a subtle message. He's not on my level. Now here's the beautiful part. You never once compared yourself to him. You never said you're better, but by being completely unbothered, you communicated that you're operating at a different level. He's competing, you're choosing. And watch what happens next. She's going to start defending him to you. Actually, he's really successful, or he's really sweet and treats me well. And you know what that means? She's seeking your approval. She wants you to validate her choice, which means psychologically, she's already ranking you above him. But here's where you seal the deal. Step 3 is where you create the moment that makes her choose you over him.
Step 3 is you're going to create what I call a contrast moment, one specific experience where she's directly comparing you to him in real time. And this moment needs to show her that being with you feels fundamentally different than being with him. This isn't about being better on paper. It's not about having more money or being better looking. It's about creating an emotional experience he can't give her. And here's the part that's going to surprise you. The contrast moment usually isn't romantic. It's not some grand gesture. It's actually the opposite. Here's how you set it up. Wait until she mentions doing something with him. Don't force it. Wait for her to bring it up. Find the opposite of whatever he did. He took her to a fancy dinner, you're getting late-night tacos. He planned a whole day, you're spontaneous with no plan. He was romantic and serious, you are fun and playful. Make it feel effortless. This is key. Whatever you do, it can't feel like you're trying. It needs to feel like this is just who you are. What you're doing is creating an emotional contrast. He's operating in the trying to win her over zone. You're operating in the we're already cool, this is just us hanging out zone. One feels like an audition, the other feels like a vibe. Here's what Jake did. She had just gone on this elaborate date with the other guy. Museum, nice dinner, walked through the park, super planned out. She texts Jake about it. Jake goes, sounds dope. You free tonight? She says, yeah, why? He says, come through. I'm ordering pizza and watching this documentary about cults.
She shows up. They eat pizza on his couch, watch the documentary, make fun of it. She falls asleep on his shoulder at like 11 p.m., wakes up at 2 a.m., and she's still there just talking to him about random stuff. Nothing romantic happened, no kiss, no move, just pizza and a documentary. But you know what happened? She felt more comfortable with him in 3 hours than she did with the other guy after 5 dates. That's the contrast. The other guy was performing. Jake was just existing, and existing with someone is intimacy. Performing for someone is just entertainment. See, most guys think they need to outdo the other guy. Better dates, more money spent, more effort. But that's exactly what he's already doing. You're both trying to impress her, which means you're both operating from the same energy, scarcity. Here's what contrast moments look like. He took her on a planned date. You want to go on a drive. No destination, just drive and talk. He's being super romantic. You, come help me run errands. I need a second opinion on stuff. He's texting her constantly. You, call me when you're free. I hate texting. He bought her flowers. You, here, I made you this playlist. Reminded me of you. Every move is the opposite of what he'd do, and more importantly, everything feels low pressure. He's auditioning. You're just living your life and she happens to be part of it. Remember I said Jake sent her one text that made her drop the other guy? Here's what it was. "You seem stressed lately. You good?" That's it. The other guy was planning elaborate dates, sending good morning texts, doing everything right, and Jake just checked in on her mental state. 2 days later, she texts Jake, "I ended things with that other guy. Can we talk?" Now here's what you're not seeing. There's a fourth invisible step that makes all of this work. Everything I taught you only works if you're genuinely okay with losing her. If you're doing the steps but secretly hoping she picks you, she'll feel it. Need kills attraction every time. This isn't about pretending not to care, it's about actually having a life where you don't need the outcome. 3 guys faced the same situation. 1 fought for her, she chose the other guy. 1 walked away with an ultimatum, she never came back. 1 stayed unbothered, he got chosen. The difference wasn't tactics, it was need. If you can't be okay with losing her, you're not confident, you're performing, and she'll see it. The men who win don't try harder, they care less because they have options. Most guys will ignore this and keep competing, and she'll pick the guy who doesn't need her. But a small percentage will pull back, stay calm, and let the contrast do the work. If you're still watching, your ego already tried to click off. That matters. Next video, what to say when she chooses him and how to bring her back without chasing. Until then, stop texting, stop proving, let him overplay his hand. Then watch what happens when you're the one who doesn't need to win.